on this episode of Walking with Dad. You know, guys, you do have your rights when it comes to things you can do in public. That's why we have rights. But when you are blatantly being a jerk just to prove a point, what purpose is it that you're absolutely serving? I see so many of these videos where you have guys that stand in front of businesses and they're recording, and then the business owner comes out and asks, hey, can I help you? Or, do you need something? Like, no, I don't need anything. I'm just gonna stand here and record your customers and your business. And it's like, what is the purpose of that? So then the police get involved, and then the guy is an even more of a jerk to the police officers. And what I'm finding really hard to understand is why a police officer hasn't arrested this guy yet. Because I'll be honest, if I'm a police officer and I walk up to you and I ask you for identification and you choose not to ID yourself, that already stands grounds for an arrest. Not because you're really doing anything harmful, but because, for one, you're loitering in front of a business recording their customers, which is an absolute breach of any public, privacy laws. People don't want to be recorded unless they're being told that they're being recorded. So for you to stand in front of a business with a camera while you're just being a jerk because you feel like you have rights to do so is a huge misunderstanding on anything that you believe in. And I 100% stand behind any police officer that chooses to take you down just because, for one, you're being a nuisance, you're not being rational, you're just doing what you feel like you can do because you feel like your rights aren't going to be compromised and you can do just whatever you want because you have the right. Well, you also have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. So you either stop recording this business and its customers, or you can go to jail. It doesn't matter. There's just too many videos out there, guys, where people are entitled. The entitlement of, well, I can stand out here because I'm on public property. The sidewalk is public property. You're absolutely right, it is public property. But here's the thing. Some cities, some jurisdictions, guess what? That private property extends into the center of the street. It doesn't stop at the sidewalk, which is why we pay taxes on the things that the city gets to maintain. So it's you truly actually don't have the right to stand on someone's sidewalk and film them because that's actually private property up into the center of the street. So it's just, it's kind of the most ridiculous thing when you see these guys standing out there and they're, well, I've got the right to be here. I've got this, I've got that. I can record, I can film because it's public property. Technically it's not. Okay? Go to your county, type in whatever county you live in, see exactly where the property lines start and where they stop. Because I promise you what you're going to find is that the property line actually extends into the street midway. And then it becomes private property. But we pay taxes on these things because most businesses can't buy the equipment to have sitting out front to patch a hole in the road or to fix a sidewalk. So technically, you're probably on private property. You just think it's public because it's a sidewalk and the city maintains it. So it's a fascinating thing, guys. For people to just feel like they are entitled to do whatever the heck they want because they feel like they're protected by their rights, which are the same rights that they want to gripe and complain about when you talk about certain ones. But the freedom of speech one always gets brought up because people think they can say whatever they want and do whatever they want and have no repercussions about it. But when you talk about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, they want to get all tissy about it and say that, well, you shouldn't have the right to own any type of a weapon. Your weapons need to be taken up. So it's dumb. It's the absolute dumbest thing possible that anybody can do. And it fascinates me anytime I see a video like that. So if you're one of those guys that goes out there and videos and records a business just because you feel like you can, I hope a police officer shows up and IDs you and you don't comply and they arrest you for being a nuisance and for loitering in front of a business that you're not even going in and out of. You have a fantastic rest of the day. like, follow. I'll see y'all soon.